Guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is YAHMAD. So in this video, we're going to be looking at paper 4 from the information technology course. We're looking at October, November 2018, and we're going to be focusing on the database section of this paper. So it is useful if you are also looking at paper 2, maybe to have a look at some paper 4 content for spreadsheets and databases, since it's from the same part of the syllabus. So this is useful also if you are doing paper 2, preparing for your exams. Obviously, you could either have a spreadsheet heavy paper or a database section. So it's good to look at some of the paper 4 activities as well. So you can see there's a theme in this paper, and it links to plates. There's a company called Top Tables. And if we come down to page 6, so Top Tables is basically a company, and I think they hire out plates, okay? So there will be a delivery date and then a collection date. The delivery date would be when the plates maybe come to your house or to your venue, and a collection date and time will be when these plates will be picked up. So that's just to put a little bit of context into what we're going to be doing. So Top Tables uses a database to keep records of their customers and orders. They need help to include calculations of the added charges for hires lasting more than 48 hours. So let's say you've hired out the plates and it's more than 48 hours, it's going to be an additional charge of £20. If it's not more than 48 hours but more than 72 hours, then it's going to be £50 additional charge. Okay, to show how to include calculations, you're required to create a database table that includes the calculation of the length of the hire in hours. So this is going to be called, the field will be called duration, and a calculation of the added charge as a surcharge. I'm not sure how to pronounce that. So the first thing that we need to do is to create an example database named TT delivery charges underscore and the center number candidate number. So what I'm going to do is just copy this. Obviously, guys, you would use your own center number, candidate number. I'm going to go to my source folder, create a new database file, and just copy the name in. So if no, not that one. If I open up the database, you'll notice it's blank. There's nothing in the database right now. Okay. So what we need to do is we need to now go back to the question paper, and we need to look at this CSV file here. So Top Tables have exported some data from the delivery table of their database as a delivery underscore table.csv file. Use this data to create a new table in your database. Okay, so let's have a quick look. So it's quite a small table. So we have about 12 different records. Each record is identified by the ID, so which is unique. Okay, this is when the plates was delivered to your location, to the date and time, and then this is when it's collected from. Okay, so you got the date and time. Okay, for the duration field, okay, what we need to do is calculate the length of the hire. So we're going to be using the contents of these cells to work that out. Okay, so just before we import this into Access, I'm just having a good look at this information here. Okay, we need to make sure all dates are formatted in this format here. So we're going to do this now. Sometimes if the formatting is not right, there may be import errors. So DD, MM, and YYYY. I think that's 4 Ys. So what I'm going to do is just change the formatting of the dates right now. So I'm going to press Control to select both of these columns at the same time. Go to right-click, Format Cells, Custom, and I'm going to select this one here. If you can't select it, you can just simply type it in. So DDMMYYYY. That's fine. Save and close. Let me double check if that has saved. To formatting, yes, it has. Right, now the next step is what we need to do is we need to use that data from the CSV file to create a table in our database. So I'm going to go to create, external data, new data source from file, from text file, browse, and go to my desktop, information technology, paper 4, October, November 2018, and delivery table. Press OK. Next, the first row contains field names, which is fine. If you go to advanced, you can see everything else should be date and time or date with time. Next, you can choose a primary key because we have a unique ID for each record. Next and finish. Okay, so this is the delivery table right now. What I'm going to do now is create the duration field. So that's going to be a calculation. So if you come to design view, and here, if we type in here duration, so this is how long we've hired out the plates for. We now want to come down to here and select calculated. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to be adding the collection date and time plus collection time. And this is going to be one part of the formula. So I'm going to put this into brackets. And we're going to be taking away when the plates were delivered. Okay, so again, I'm going to put this this part of the equation into brackets. So what we want to do is have delivery date plus time. Since we want to show this in hours, okay, the duration, we need to now multiply the whole of this by 24. So if I just put a bracket around that and a bracket around that, so whatever the contents of that calculation is going to be multiplied by 24. Okay, press OK. And we want the format to be as an integer. Trying to find. Yeah, there we go, integer. Let's go to view. Okay, and just extend some of these fields here. Okay, so how can we check to see if this has worked? There's one that was at 24 hours, so you can see 24 hours. Okay, so the delivery date was the 25th of November at 10 o'clock, 10 a.m., you can see. And the collection date was 26th of November at 10 o'clock as well. So that's exactly 24 hours. If I was to change that to 11 o'clock, it should be 25 hours. Yeah, that's working. Okay, so that's the first part done. Okay, we've created a new field to work out the duration of the hire. Now we need to work out a calculation of the surcharge, and we have to look at this condition here. Okay, so we're going to be using a condition. Okay, so what we can do is we can just click here to add a new field. It's going to be a calculated field, and since it's going to be in currency, we can just select currency at this point here. Right, and what we need to do is a calculation. Okay, so the calculation in Access is going to be, if we're using if statements in Access, we need to type in if. Okay, so we can select if from here. And we're checking the duration. So I'm going to click on duration. It's a field, so it should be in square brackets. And let's start with the highest value. So if the duration is more than 72, so what we're going to do is type in more than 72. If that's true, okay, if that is the case, how much will it cost? It's going to cost £50 if true. Okay, comma. If that's not true, we have another condition. So I'm going to type in again if, and you can see the brackets opened. And we're going to use the duration again. And if the duration is now more than 48 hours, so more than 48 hours, comma, and if that's true, then the charge will be £20, comma, and if it's false, there will be no charge, so we can put down 0. So now what we need to do is close the brackets. So we've opened up two brackets, one here and one here. We now need to close both of those brackets. Let's press OK. Okay, And let's put the name of the field in. So just copy and paste that in. Right, let's have a quick look. So this is £50 and this is £50 and this is also £50. And you can see if the duration is more than 72, then it's £50. This one is £20 because the duration is 72, but what we're asking for, anything over than 72 should be 50. So that's right. If it's £20, it wasn't over 72, it wasn't 73 or above. Okay, yeah, that looks right. And then this is 34 and 24, which is obviously less than 48. Okay, so 48 hours or less. Yeah, that's fine. Okay, this part is done. Okay, this part's done. So we've added duration and surcharge fields to the table. The duration is shown in hours as integer, and surcharge is shown. Do we have the pound sign? Yeah, we do. So in a currency format. Okay, so the last part of this task is to create a database form to display each record. So let's go ahead and do that. So I'm going to click on Create Form Wizard. Let me just save the changes. Select all the fields. Next, next. Do we need to include a title? The form should have the title, top table, duration, surcharge, calculations. Finish. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to adjust the height and width of each field so it's appropriate. And suitable labels for each field, we have that already because we got the labels down here. So if I go to design view, this one doesn't need to be so big because it's only a code. This one also doesn't need to be so big. Okay, and what I'm going to do is just make these labels really obvious. So if I go to home, make it bold and black. Okay, and if you want, you can move this into the middle. It doesn't really make a difference. Let's go to form view. Do you know what? Let's leave it as it was. Okay, so if we go forwards, you can see all of the records, but the ascending order is not done on the delivery date. So ascending order of delivery date. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just click on the form, database tools. Sorry. If we go to design view, property sheet, go to data, and ascending order of delivery date. If I click on delivery date, so create a form property sheet. I can highlight all of this actually. Data. You can see sometimes even myself, I forget how to do certain things. I want to sort this into ascending. I think I'm going to come back to this. I'm not sure. It's just slipped my mind. If I go to form view or layout view, let's try layout view. Right click. Oh, there we go. Oldest to newest. Okay, there we go. So you saw I had to take some time to figure that out, but that's done now. Okay. Also, what I'm going to do is just make sure the alignment of all of this is the same. It doesn't make any difference. Make it all left aligned. Layout view. There we go. Right, I think the last thing to do is some conditional formatting. So early delivery times require special arrangements. So format delivery times before 9 a.m. as white text on a red background in order to draw attention for these bookings. So what we need to do is delivery time. So I'm going to click on delivery time, right click, or if I go to design view again, select conditional formatting. And if I click on new rule, okay, expression is. And what we're going to do is just do a quick calculation or quick formula for that. Okay, so what I want to do is sort out the formatting. So red and the text is white. And what is it that we need to do? Delivery times, any delivery times before 9 a.m. as white text on a red background. So expression is, and I'm going to type in here hour. Okay, and I'm going to open up the curly brackets and in the curly brackets, and then I'm going to put the field that we need to be looking at, which is going to be delivery time. So let's type that in exact. Let's go time. So if this is less than 9, so this is the formula that we need to use, then it's going to be formatted as this. Press OK, press apply, and form view. So that's 10 o'clock, that's fine. It's got to be before 9. Yeah, there we go, it's working. Right guys, so we've come to the end of this database section from paper 4. I think relatively straightforward. It's good to practice the ifs and obviously making some new fields. Yeah, come to the end. Please drop your comments below, like and share, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Thank you for your time. Bye-bye.